252 meters of Cold War steel emerging from Arctic ice. Pyotr Velikiy breaks through frozen waters after 15 years of classified modernization. 28,000 tons of nuclear-powered battlecruiser. 20 P-700 Granit supersonic anti-ship missiles. Each one can kill an aircraft carrier from 550 kilometers away. The largest warship in the world besides carriers. And it's heading straight for Alaska, October 1st, 2025. Russia just changed the naval balance in the Pacific, and the U.S. Navy has 3 destroyers to stop a floating fortress designed to sink entire carrier battle groups. The intelligence failure started months earlier, Severodvinsk Naval Yard. Satellite imagery showed construction activity, but cloud cover obscured details. Signals intelligence detected increased communications, but couldn't penetrate Russian encryption. Human intelligence reported major refit ongoing, but timelines remained vague. Western analysts knew Pyotr Velikiy was undergoing modernization. They didn't know it was complete. They didn't know it was operational. And they definitely didn't know it was about to sortie into Arctic waters heading east. October 1st, 0342 hours. Norwegian sea-based listening post detects massive acoustic signature. Low-frequency propeller noise, characteristic of nuclear vessel. Bering analysis suggests Kirov-class. But Pyotr Velikiy shouldn't be operational yet. Estimated completion date was 2027, 2 years away. The acoustic signature is unmistakable, though. Twin nuclear reactors generating 140,000 shaft horsepower. Driving the battlecruiser at 32 knots through Arctic waters. The floating fortress is loose. NATO immediately scrambles reconnaissance. P-8. Poseidon maritime patrol aircraft launches from Iceland. 6-hour flight to intercept position. Weather conditions brutal. Arctic storm systems. 40-foot seas. Visibility near zero. The Poseidon crew fights turbulence and ice accumulation to reach contact zone. Synthetic aperture radar cuts through weather. Confirms visual identification. Pyotr Velikiy. Fully operational. Making 30 knots eastbound. Heading toward Bering Strait. What's your assessment of Kirov-class threat level? Type A if you think it's obsolete Cold War relic. Type B if you think it's still deadly relevant. Comment your take. The battlecruiser's specifications read like naval fantasy. Length 252 meters. Beam 28.5 meters. Displacement 28,000 tons full load. Nuclear propulsion means unlimited range. Can steam around world without refueling. Crew complement 7 and 10. But weapons loadout is what makes Kirov terrifying. 20 P-700 Granit anti-ship missiles in vertical launch tubes. Each missile weighs 7 tons. Flies at Mach 2.5. Carries 1,650-pound warhead. Range 550 kilometers. These aren't defensive weapons. These are carrier killers. Additional armament includes 96 S-300F long-range surface-to-air missiles. Naval version of land-based system that makes NATO planners nervous. Engagement range 150 kilometers. Can target aircraft, helicopters, cruise missiles. The battlecruiser carries its own air defense bubble. Then there's 40 OSA-MA short-range SAMs, 130mm and 30mm gun systems, torpedoes, rocket launchers. This ship doesn't just carry weapons, it is weapons. Every surface bristles with launchers and radar arrays. U.S. Pacific Command receives notification at 0520 hours. Senior officers gather for emergency assessment. The strategic problem is immediate and clear. Pyotr Velikiy, heading for Bering Strait, will pass between Alaska and Russia. International waters technically, but uncomfortable proximity to American territory. More concerning is strategic timing. Chinese naval activity increased in South China Sea. Iranian tensions elevated in Persian Gulf. Now Russian battlecruiser appearing near Alaska. Coordinated? Coincidence? Nobody knows. But pattern suggests synchronized pressure. 3 Arleigh Burke-class destroyers receive deployment orders. USS John Paul Jones, USS Fitzgerald, USS Mustin. All stationed at Pacific bases. They sortie within 6 hours. Destination: Bering Strait. Mission: monitor and shadow Russian battlecruiser. Demonstrate American presence. Be prepared for any contingency. Translation: Park 3 destroyers in international waters and watch the Russian giant steam past. Hope nothing goes wrong. The destroyers are capable warships, 9,200 tons each. Aegis combat systems, SPY-1D radar. Vertical launch cells carrying SM-2, SM-6, and Tomahawk missiles. 5-inch guns, torpedoes, modern electronics, trained crews. But they're destroyers, designed for air defense and screening operations. Not designed for slugging match with battlecruiser carrying weapons designed specifically to sink ships much larger than destroyers. If you're getting tactical value from this analysis, take a moment to hit that subscribe button. Weapons comparison reveals uncomfortable math. Each Arleigh Burke carries 90-96 VLS cells, mix of missiles for different missions, maybe 20 cells dedicated to anti-ship harpoon or naval strike missile. Each missile has range around 120 kilometers. Subsonic speed, 500-pound warhead, effective against frigates and destroyers. Against 28,000-ton battlecruiser with heavy armor and redundant systems? Questionable. You'd need multiple hits to mission kill Pyotr Velikiy. Maybe 8-10 missiles minimum. That's half the anti-ship loadout of one destroyer just to damage the battlecruiser. Pyotr Velikiy's P-700 Granit missiles present opposite problem. 20 missiles. Each one can sink destroyer with single hit. The P-700 flies at Mach 2.5. Terminal velocity even higher. 1,650-pound warhead designed to penetrate carrier armor. Against destroyer with thin aluminum superstructure? Catastrophic. The missile's guidance system is sophisticated. Active radar seeker. Can receive mid-course updates from helicopter or aircraft. Capable of coordinated salvo attacks where missiles communicate and select separate targets. One Kirov-class can engage multiple targets simultaneously at ranges American destroyers can't match. October 3rd. The forces converge in Bering Strait. Pyotr Velikiy transits centerline of international waters, exactly equidistant from Russian and American territory. The 3 U.S. destroyers establish positions. 1 ahead of battlecruiser at 30-mile distance, 2 on flanks at 25 miles. Classic monitoring formation. Close enough to observe, far enough to avoid immediate threat. The geometry is tense. Nobody wants accident, nobody wants miscalculation, but nobody backs down either. Russian battlecruiser maintains steady course and speed, 285 degrees heading, 28 knots. The nuclear reactors hum with power. Steam rises from stacks despite cold Arctic air. Bridge crew maintains radio silence. No communications with American vessels. No acknowledgement of their presence. Professional courtesy exists in naval warfare. Ships passing in international waters typically exchange radio greetings, position reports, navigation intentions. Pyotr Velikiy offers nothing, just steel and silence steaming east. USS John Paul Jones paces ahead. Radar operators monitor every emission from battlecruiser. Electronic warfare suite records radio frequencies, fire control radars, navigation radars. The Russian systems are active, not targeting, just searching. SPY-1D shows multiple radar contacts from Kirov systems painting American destroyer. Weapon quality tracking. The Russians know exact position, course, speed of every U.S. vessel. They're not hiding it. Message is clear. We see you, we track you, we can engage you. What would your tactical approach be as destroyer captain? Close distance to demonstrate resolve. Maintain distance for safety. Drop your command decision below. October 4th brings complication. Russian Ka-27 helicopter launches from Pyotr Velikiy. Maritime patrol and targeting aircraft. The helo orbits at 12,000 feet, well above battlecruiser. Radar dome rotating. Searching. This isn't defensive patrol. This is targeting practice. The Ka-27 extends Pyotr Velikiy's radar horizon. Provides over-the-horizon targeting for P-700 missiles. Demonstrates capability. If shooting started, that helicopter would feed coordinates directly to missile guidance systems. American destroyers could die without ever seeing the battlecruiser's launcher tubes open. U.S. Pacific Command debates escalation options. Send more ships, deploy P-8 patrol aircraft, move carrier strike group north. Every option carries risk. More ships mean more potential for incident. Aircraft presence increases tensions. Carrier deployment looks like major escalation. Decision comes down to maintaining current posture. 3 destroyers. Close monitoring. Avoid provocation. Let Russian battlecruiser pass through strait and continue whatever mission it's executing. But Pyotr Velikiy doesn't continue east. October 5th, at Aero 6:20 hours, the battlecruiser reduces speed, comes to full stop, position approximately 180 miles south of Nome, Alaska, international waters, perfectly legal, also perfectly positioned to dominate Bering Strait choke point. Any vessel transiting between Pacific and Arctic must pass near Russian battlecruiser. Commercial shipping, military vessels. The Kirov-class just became floating checkpoint. 3 American destroyers adjust positions, establish patrol pattern around stopped battlecruiser. Distance maintained at 20 miles. The standoff begins. Pyotr Velikiy sitting stationary in international waters. 3 destroyers circling. Nobody shooting. Nobody leaving. Just steel and electronics and human crews playing high-stakes chess with multi-billion-dollar pieces. This level of detailed naval analysis takes serious research investment. Support the channel by giving this video a thumbs up. Russian intentions remain opaque. Is this demonstration of capability, testing American response, establishing precedent for future operations, creating bargaining chip for diplomatic negotiations? Intelligence analysts build theories, but evidence stays thin. Pyotr Velikiy maintains radio silence. Operational security tight. Only observable fact is presence. 28,000 tons of battlecruiser parked in strategically significant water. Days stretch into week. October 12th marks 1 week of standoff. Supply situation becomes consideration. Destroyers need fuel, food, ammunition replenishment. They can't maintain station indefinitely. Pyotr Velikiy with nuclear propulsion has no fuel concerns. Food stores sufficient for months. The endurance competition favors Russians. American destroyers require supply ships. Those supply ships become additional assets to protect. Logistics train extending. Complexity increasing. Political pressure mounts. Alaska congressional delegation demands action. Military presence near state borders creates constituent concern. Department of Defense briefs Congress on situation. Emphasizes international waters. Notes no aggressive actions. Recommends continued monitoring. Some lawmakers want stronger response. Deploy more ships. Increase aircraft patrols. Show strength. Others counsel restraint. Avoid escalation. Maintain diplomatic channels. The debate reflects broader strategic question. How do you respond to legal presence that feels like threat? October 15th brings weather change. Major storm system moves through Bering Sea. Seas build to 45 feet. Wind gusts exceed 70 knots. Visibility drops to quarter mile. Dangerous conditions for naval operations. Smaller vessels seek shelter. The 3 American destroyers are tough ships, but 45-foot seas test endurance. Crews tie down everything. Prepare for brutal ride. Pyotr Velikiy? Storm is inconvenience, not threat. 28,000-ton displacement means stability. Nuclear power means unlimited maneuvering energy. The battlecruiser rides out storm with minimal difficulty. Storm lasts 36 hours. When weather clears October 17th, situation shifts. Pyotr Velikiy begins moving. Not east, not west. South. Heading 180 degrees. Speed 25 knots. Destination unknown. Course projects toward Aleutian Islands. American destroyers match course and speed. Shadowing continues. New complication. Operating area expanding. Further from support bases. Longer supply lines. Pyotr Velikiy leading destroyers away from reinforcement while demonstrating endurance Russians can sustain indefinitely. Don't miss future strategic breakdowns. Make sure you're subscribed so you catch every analysis we produce. October 20th. 3 weeks since Kirov emerged from Arctic. Battlecruiser has demonstrated capability, endurance, and strategic flexibility. Never fired weapon. Never locked fire control radar on American vessels. Never violated international law. But created sustained pressure requiring continuous American response. Tied up 3 destroyers. Generated political controversy. demonstrated gap in U.S. ability to counter heavy surface combatants, all without single aggressive act. Strategic lessons emerge from continued standoff. First, Kirov-class battlecruisers remain relevant despite age. Cold War design still poses legitimate threat to modern naval forces. Combination of nuclear propulsion, heavy armament, and operational flexibility creates capability few nations can match. Russia may have only one operational Kirov, but that one ship can influence large ocean area. Second lesson, geographic advantages matter. Russia operating near home waters, short supply lines, land-based air support available, America operating at extreme range from major bases, extended logistics, limited support options. The same ship operating in Mediterranean or Caribbean would face different tactical environment. In North Pacific near Russia, Kirov operates from position of strength. Third, anti-ship weapons create standoff problems. P-700 Granit missiles outrange American anti-ship weapons by factor of 4, 550 kilometers versus 120 kilometers. That range differential means Russian battlecruiser can engage American destroyers long before they can shoot back. Destroyers carry SM-6 missiles with anti-ship capability at extended range, but SM-6 inventory is limited. Primary mission is air defense. Using them for anti-ship depletes defensive capability. Fourth lesson, nuclear propulsion changes operational calculus, unlimited endurance, no refueling requirement, can maintain station indefinitely. Conventional ships must return to port or meet tankers. Nuclear vessel operates until food runs out. That's months. Strategic advantage in any sustained operation. Your engagement determines what scenarios we analyze next. If this provided strategic value, share it with anyone studying naval operations. The standoff continues as of this analysis. Pyotr Velikiy operating in North Pacific. 3 American destroyers maintaining shadow. Neither side escalating. Neither side backing down. It's Cold War chess played with modern pieces. Russia demonstrating capability and resolve. America showing presence and determination. Both sides testing boundaries. Both sides learning lessons. Future implications extend beyond immediate standoff. Russia validated Kirov-class relevance in modern warfare. Expect continued investment in heavy surface combatants. Possible reactivation of other Kirov hulls currently in reserve. China watching closely. Their naval expansion might include similar heavy combatants. Anyone facing American carrier strike groups now has proven template for asymmetric challenge. American response will likely include accelerated anti-ship missile development, longer-range weapons, hypersonic options, better integration of strike assets across platforms. The Kirov reminder that surface action groups need organic offensive punch. Can't rely solely on carrier-based aviation. Destroyers need weapons that can reach out and touch heavy combatants at extended range. Tactical coordination improvements coming. 3 destroyers monitoring 1 battlecruiser required careful coordination. Communication discipline, clear rules of engagement, incident avoidance procedures. These operations build experience and identify gaps. Future standoffs will apply lessons learned. Better positioning, improved sensor integration, enhanced response options. So here's the strategic question. Can Cold War-era battlecruisers still dominate modern naval operations? Does nuclear propulsion and heavy missile armament trump newer technology and networking? How do you counter ship designed to sink carriers when your ships are smaller and outranged? Share your naval strategy assessment below. If you made it through this entire strategic analysis, you're exactly who this channel serves. Hit subscribe, hit notification bell, share with anyone interested in naval power dynamics. Because Pyotr Velikiy emerging from Arctic represents more than single ship. Its statement about naval warfare evolution. Its challenge to assumptions about obsolete platforms. Its reminder that tonnage and weapons range still matter in ocean warfare. October 1st, 2025 changed North Pacific naval balance. 252 meters of Russian steel demonstrated that reports of battlecruiser obsolescence were premature. 3 American destroyers learned that shadowing Kirov-class requires different tactics than monitoring frigates, And naval planners worldwide got reminder that sometimes old-school heavy metal still dominates the chessboard. Stay strategic, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next operational breakdown.